What is going on, guys? Welcome back. It's Enigma here, and today I'm going to be talking about how Cold War Zombies changed the game. I'm going to say it again. Cold War Zombies changed the game. And what I mean by that is Zombies was never really that open to new players. And what I mean by that, it was a little complex, to say the least. The story was complex. In Black Ops 3, the maps were complex. In Black Ops 4, the maps were complex. So, what I mean by Cold War changed the game, Cold War Zombies is easily the best zombies we have seen in years, and it is because it is open to new players. That's one of the reasons, at least. So, what I mean by that, again, is that Warzone is free. They took aspects from Warzone, like picking up things. You can swap weapons. They took elements from Warzone that worked, that people enjoyed, and they imported it into zombies, which was a brilliant idea. A brilliant idea that I appreciate very, very much. I liked Warzone. I love Cold War Zombies. I have put almost 2 days into Cold War Zombies. I haven't touched the multiplayer. I've I love Cold War Zombies so much. It is easily the most replayable zombies we've seen in a long, long time. And it doesn't even have custom zombies. It's not on the Steam. It's not on Steam. So there's no Steam Workshop. It's one map. One map. D Machine, which is a Nocturne Totem reimagined map, which it is in terms of a map, it is decent, but in terms of gameplay, it is phenomenal. The gameplay is phenomenal. The megatons are pretty decent. They're not out of this world. They're not crazy bosses. They're not but they're also not average. Like when you hear a megaton come in or you see one, you have to act immediately. It's not like the Panzer or the Margwa where you can just hang out just a little bit and plan. You got to take the Megaton out immediately because it is a threat. And that is what Zombies has missed. Zombies has been an amazing game mode, and Cold War Zombies bumped it up. The point system is not the best, in my opinion, but it's not bad by any means. It is not bad by any means. The perk system. Oh, the perk system. It's very, very interesting because once you buy a perk, the next perk you're going to buy gets bumped up a little bit. So it is very interesting that you have to actually save your points and use your points wisely. You can't be just hitting the box and then you're like, oh, I have 2,500 points. Oh, I have enough for Jug. But that's not always the case. You can hit the box all you want, but you got to be wise about the points. And I love it. I love that. But the perk system itself is great. I really, really enjoy it. It's a nice balance to having no perk limit. It's a very nice balance that the perks go up in terms of how much they cost. I think I think that's really good balancing. And my complaint about the upgrading perks is that the crystals are far too easy to get. Far too easy. There's no competition to really get them, honestly. Like I upgraded every perk in less than a day. Less than a day. I I was on it for a while, and exfilling is not that rewarding. Like it's better. It's better than just ending your game. But once you upgrade everything, there's not much else use for exfilling besides the XP. That's it. And it's a shame. I think they should change that, but I think this is just a work in progress. But Cold War, fun, easily the most replayable thing because you have the armor system, which I was a bit iffy on. I didn't know how it would work because I love the zombie shield. The zombie shield was very, very close to me. I loved it. But the armor system I love. I love the armor system. I think it's better than the shield system by a long shot. I really, really enjoy the armor system. And the weapon tiers, genius. I love it. I love the weapon tiers because you can start off the game with an M16, but that's only going to get you to round 6. Around round 6 or 7, maybe. Because the zombies are getting stronger, your gun's staying the same. If you don't up that weapon tier, it's going to stay the same. You don't have to pack a punch it, but you can up the weapon tier that it'll last just a little bit longer, and then you the gameplay is just so good. The gunplay is so good. Everything about Cold War in terms of gameplay is just fantastic. The weapons. There's so many weapons that are just fun to use, such as the M16 or the Gallo. Those are so fun to use. The ray gun is back. The ray gun is better than ever. The ray gun actually feels important again. And then we have the D Shockwave. Now, it's not very good. I think it needs a buff. I think it needs a big buff because they're very weak. They're very weak when you get to around 30. They're very, very, very weak, and it's upsetting because it's supposed to be the wonder weapon. But now you're just hoping to get the ray gun, and the ray gun is the rarest thing in the game, which I think is a good I think it's a good choice. I think it's a very good choice to have it as rare as it is. I think it's a great choice actually because if you get the ray gun early on, you have no point to develop. You're not developing anything. But if you get the ray gun, let's say on round 30, that's a lot of rounds, and you have to develop. You have to train your zombies. The ray gun will take them out real quick, but you have to develop as a player, and I think that is very important. The perk system is fantastic. I love the weapon classes. I love them. We got the healing aura is so much fun to use. It's not mentioned that much, I've noticed, because it's not it's not the most useful thing in the world unless you're playing with people. Solo players won't really have a use for it. But I use healing aura when I play with friends, and it's kind of game changing, honestly, because you can use that healing aura to pick up your teammates. It's kind of like a Phoenix up. I love the Phoenix up. I think the healing aura is awesome. I don't think it's overpowered. I think it's perfectly balanced. The the Ring of Fire, oh, the Ring of Fire is fun. That is easily the funnest of the specialist weapons. The specialist uses, I should say, because they're not really weapons. They're just things to help you out just a little bit, but not an insane amount. The Ring of Fire is easily the most fun one to use. The Frost Blast, that's it needs a buff. It needs a buff and it needs it quick, because no one is touching it. My only complaint is that there's only one map, but Treyarch was pretty stretched thin on time. So like one map, I'm fine with. I would have liked another, but that's probably me just being greedy. The Cold War changed the game, and I'm gonna explain again. Warzone aspects were imported into it, and Warzone is free to play. A lot of Warzone players could be getting this new Call of Duty, and then they could be trying out zombies because it's already in the game, and they see aspects from Warzone, and they think to themselves, wow, that is really cool. I really like this because it's similar to something that I already am used to, and I think that it's important. And we're getting all these multiplayer, like their main content is multiplayer. We're getting them into zombies. That's a big deal. This is easily the most inclusive zombies title we've had in a long, long, long time, or ever, and actually ever. And I think that's important because you need new players. You need new players, and you definitely need to keep things interesting. because you're just shooting zombies. This is a player versus computer, basically. That's what it is essentially. And I think that you need to keep things interesting, and I think Treyarch knocked it out of the park with that one. I really do. I think Cold War Zombies changed the game. I'm gonna stick by that. I hope you guys like this. Hope you guys subscribe, all that jazz. I'll see you guys later. Thank you.